wheels fell off and they were outscored in a rare slugfest at home. Tonight, the focus shifts to the Rockies, struggling to keep pace in the NL West. John Lennon, is he up to the challenge? Game 1 on Masson. Skies haven't exactly cleared, but they sure are drier than they were a couple of hours ago. Tarp's been off the field for an hour. Looks like an on-time start for the underachieving Rockies and the Nationals. We keep expecting this team to challenge the Giants in the West. They haven't done that yet. Nats coming off a tough loss. Time to shake it off and have Roger Bernardino lead off and do some of those great things he's been doing recently. Yeah, I always say it. The best part about yesterday is today. Get right back out there and play the game. And nobody's been playing better than Roger Bernardino. He's reached base safely 12 times in 7 games in this homestand. He's hitting .337 at home with 6 doubles, 4 homers, 12 RBI. And you know, he's just turned into a really good leadoff hitter. And the thing I like most about Roger Bernardino, his defense. He's been working on his jumps. He's been out early every day. He's taken 5-10 minutes in batting practice and treated like it's game time. And his 2-strike adjustments have been unreal, too. Battling with 2 strikes, putting the ball in play, and his jumps at first base have been good. He's just been fun to watch, I mean, in a nutshell. Scoring runs and doing things a leadoff man should do. And by the way, Roger Bernardino is hitting .337 at Nationals Park this year. John Lennon takes on a Colorado team. They remind you a lot of the Cubs. They have a lot of really good, tough power hitters, and they're not easy to pitch to, so John has a real challenge tonight. He does. He's going to have to hit his spots, be ahead in the count, get his fastball over, and strike 1 is key for John Lennon. He's 3-0 with a 1.96 in his last 8 starts, 16 ground ball outs last time out, partner. That's the one we look for the most. So for John Lennon, keep the infield busy tonight, keep the ball down, and Troy Tulowitzki's not in the lineup, and that's a good thing if you're John Lennon. John Lennon's still trying to get on the winning side of that ledger. Now, Carlos Gonzalez, one of the talented young players in all of baseball, hitting nearly 300, 13 homers, 51 RBIs. He's playing a little bit banged up, but he's on a 7-game hitting streak. He's the key to the Rockies right now. Brought to you by AT&T, the nation's fastest mobile broadband network, and by Mitsubishi Electric Cooling and Heating. To find a Mitsubishi dealer near you, visit MitsubishiComfort.com. Right down the street from the Navy Yard, we're ready for some Rockies Nationals baseball, and a lot of folks will be coming down Half Street just a little bit late tonight. Might have been some concern a couple of hours ago there wouldn't be any baseball, but at least for now, all is well. Visit train.com for an independent Train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a Train, and right now it's hard to top 77 degrees, though it is quite muggy at 76% here at the ballpark. Rockies have lost 5 in a row. They're 6 under 500, 8.5 back of the Giants. Carlos Gonzalez in that hitting streak, 13 hits and 28 at bats. And an early game matchup to watch for. He is 5 out of 7 with 2 RBIs against John Lannon. Rockies are hitting .253. Todd Helton's having a good year at .315. They're 8th in the league in batting average, 5th in runs and 4th in home runs. So here's John Lannon against Colorado for the 5th time in his career.
Now, last time out was the second game of the doubleheader against the Pirates. Went 7 strong innings of 6-hit ball, allowed 3 runs, did not walk a batter. He only threw 80 pitches, 58 of them strikes. A fastball slurve change from John Lannon. We'll keep the ground ball meter out tonight. 16 ground ball outs against the Buccos last time. Our defense for the Nationals behind John Lannon tonight: Bernardina, ANKIEL, and WERTH. In the outfield, Desmond and Zimmerman on the left side, Espinosa and Morse on the right side, and Wilson Ramos doing the catching. Pudge was placed on the 15-day DL today with that oblique strain.
Hey, you think this game's not starting on time? The sun has come out. 22-year veteran Bob Davidson has the plate. Crew chief Jerry Lane, 22 years at first base. Brian Knight at second, and 13-year veteran Hunter Wendelstedt, third base. How about that? Just in time for baseball. Here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do. All right.
How's that go again?
Never mind. Some of the greatest lyrics Lennon McCartney ever came up with.
You are not through to the next round.
Carlos Gonzalez. Can I get a save? On base percentage of .363. He can run with 14 stolen bases. He's a complete package at the age of 25. Ball 1 from John Lannon. We're underway at 7:07. He was originally signed by Arizona in '02 at the age of 16. John Lannon gets one in there to even the count. Traded on to Oakland in a Dan Herron deal years later, and then on to Colorado. And the Matt Holliday deal. Rockies got a couple of pretty good guys in that transaction. Gonzalez and Houston Street. The bat flies into the stands, hits an empty seat, thank goodness, and Ian Desmond throws out Carlos Gonzalez. Troy Tulowitzki not in the ball game tonight, and I know not too many Nats fans are going to be upset about him not playing, but he's one of the great competitors in the game of baseball, and he's a real gamer for Colorado, leader in that clubhouse.
One of my favorite players in baseball. So while John Lannon and the Nats probably excited that he's not in there, it's looked like when Vladimir Guerrero had to DH here in the interleague series, you didn't get to see him play when they didn't have the DH. Tulowitzki out today. I always look forward to watching Troy Tulowitzki do one thing, and that's throw the ball from shortstop across the infield.
Yep. Battling a bad quad. This is Jonathan Herrera, 26-year-old from Venezuela, and that is right at the center fielder Rick Ankiel. John Lannon, couple of quick outs.
Very efficient last time out against the Pirates. Only 80 pitches in 7 innings. So he's pounding the strike zone, getting a lot of first pitch outs. I think that's key for him tonight against this Rockies team that historically has swung the bat very well.
And here's Todd Helton, batting .315. His career batting average in 14 years, .324 coming in. And how about an on-base percentage? 100 points higher than that. Right now, Helton is pretty healthy, playing in his 78th game. He had to sit out a month last year on the DL, and he's always hit the Nats well. Look at those numbers, 78 RBIs. And of course, a lot of that goes back to the Montreal days. His first year was 98. How about this? 10 straight years hitting .300 through 2009 for Todd Helton.
I talked to Mark Ellis today in the Rockies clubhouse. He's been here a week and came over from the Oakland A's, and he said that this guy just doesn't take bad at-bats. Every time he's up there, it's a good at-bat. Got a game plan, sticks to it. Never looks silly at the plate, except for on the 2-1 slider from John Landon.
Todd Helton, 37 years of age, and that long-term contract he signed recently does run out at the end of this year. It is a club option for him in 2012. 2-2 pitch. Landon just missing outside. Todd Helton over 340 home runs. He'll go over 1,300 RBIs this year. And Landon drops in a perfect breaking ball, freezing a possible future Hall of Famer. 1-2-3 for John. Top of the first. Offense. Batting average is up to 236, 11th in the league in runs and 7th in home runs. Wilson Ramos on a 5-game hitting streak, hitting .471 over that time, better than a run driven in per game, and over his last 3 games he's 5 for 10. Lineup package by the UPS store. We love logistics. Jason HAMMEL against the Nats. And his first pitch is a fastball right in there. 2-0 with a 3.71 ERA in 27 career innings against Washington. Roger gets jammed and Bernardino bumps it off to the left side.
He's coming off his toughest outing of the year. Just 3 2/3 innings worth of work against Kansas City. Gave up 6 runs on 7 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 2. Gave up 2 home runs. Fastball, curveball, slider change from HAMMEL. Got a good two-seam fastball. He run up there 90 to 93 miles an hour. He's given up 11 home runs this season.
Bernardino strokes it beautifully left field line. That ball is into the corner. Roger Bernardino off to the races again with another extra base hit. And now he's hitting right around 340 at home this year.
A little bump from the open for Roger Bernardino. We gave him some good karma. What does he do? A double right out of the gate. Good job of going with that pitch away. Little helicopter finish. Look at him stay on that. It took him a second to realize it was going to stay fair, but the Nats in business with the leadoff double. Now you got to get him over and get him in.
Danny Espinosa the assignment. 6 for his last 16. Stepped over like he was going to bunt. That got a little movement out of the third baseman, Ian Stewart.
That could just be a case of trap setting by Danny Espinosa. You square around the first pitch, they think you're button, and you lay a fastball right down the middle, and you turn and burn.
Don't want to shortchange Roger Bernardina. Evidently a mistake in the game notes. He's hitting well over 350 with that base hit. Nice.
And he likes it here at home.
2-0 to Espinosa. Danny trying to pull the ball, but HAMMEL keeps working away.
Well, this will be interesting to see what Davey Johnson does. And Bo Porter holding up the take sign. But he said yesterday on the bench before the game that with the runners in scoring position and a 3-0 count, he is all about offense and all about the green light.
Four-pitch walk, and Ryan Zimmerman bats with 2 men on. Catcher Chris IANNETTA on the way to the mound in a hurry.
And the defense tonight behind Jason HAMMEL for the Rockies. Wigginton, Gonzalez, and Garner in the outfield. Herrera and Stewart on the left side. Ellis and HELTON on the right side. And Chris IANNETTA in the squad. And talking to Rockies people before the game, their starting pitching has been the problem of late. Not throwing strikes, giving up a lot of knocks, not going deep into ball games, wearing the bullpen out. We see right now with Jason HAMMEL, he's picking up right where he left off his last outing against the Royals.
Todd Helton, 3 Gold Gloves, 0-1, 0-2, and 0-4. Rockies have the 3rd highest ERA in the National League at 4.21. Only the just departed Cubs and the Houston Astros have higher staff earned run averages than Colorado. Ryan Zimmerman, 4 for 11 career with a homer against HAMMEL and 3 RBIs. That is just outside the bag at third. I think evidently Zimmerman likes Colorado pitching. And their starters, as mentioned, struggling. 10 ERA in their last 5 games, losing all 5. And Jason Worth. And I had one of their broadcasters tell me, look up the numbers against us.
426, 23 for 54 career against the Rockies.
Well, maybe the jump start is about to happen. We can only hope. 1-1 to Zimmerman, and instead of step off, Mark Ellis to the bag.
That was just off the top of my head, by the way.
Brilliant math.
Thank you.
Zimmerman jammed. A lot of folks bought tickets to Yankee Stadium tonight to see Derek Jeter reach 3,000 hits. They are rained out against Tampa Bay. A delay up in Philadelphia. Weather from here all the way up the eastern seaboard. Ryan has driven in 15 runs. Another pitcher in double-digit pitch count before he gets an out in the first inning. Nats have really been tough early in ball games with the bats on this homestand. They've won 5 out of 8 here. And Zimmerman ducks back from a high-tight fastball, 2-2. Ryan had a series against the Cubs when he had 4 for 12. A couple of walks, a home run, 2 RBIs in that series. Little chopper. That's trouble for the Rockies. Zimmerman's going to beat it out without a play, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Right off of home plate.
That's a thing. Short for a beautiful thing for Ryan Zimmerman. He's hit into a lot of hard luck lately, some hard outs, and guess what? He'll take that swing every single time.
I did talk to an official scorer today who was not working the game last night, and he said Zimmerman should have been given a double on that play last evening, but he'll take this one.
And I'm sure if you run down there and ask him, he'll take the one from last night still. Because that was a double all the way.
Big spot early for Michael Morse. And he will go up and hit a fly ball out to right center. That'll be easily deep enough to score Bernardina. Danny Espinosa not able to advance, and the Nats lead 1-0. Michael Morse, RBI number 49.
The only unfortunate thing about that it wasn't deep enough to advance Danny Espinosa, but good piece of hitting by Michael Morse. Staying the big part of the ballpark. And he'll take the RBI in the sac fly. 7 first-inning runs in the series against Chicago. And the Nats are picking up right where they left off.
Jason Worth career against Jason Hammel, 1 for 4. Rockies had their infield at double play depth. And that's on the inside corner for a called strike. So over 330 against Colorado pitching in 42 career games. One ball, one strike. Hammel career record 31-40. This is his 106th career start. And a career earned run average of just under 5 runs a game.
So that 426 I threw out there against the Rockies was since 2008.
Okay.
I failed to read on farther in the stat pack to actually get to the year, but that's still pretty good.
Yeah. We have a lot of stats these days that read since.
See, that's why you got to go all the way out to the end to where it actually says the year.
Well, it's the what have you done for me lately syndrome that has infiltrated its way onto statistical sheets. 2 balls and a strike now to Worth. Rick Ankiel swinging a very healthy bat. 9 for his last 19 is on deck.
That's why, partner, I'll just break down the swings and I'll leave the numbers to you. You got that part.
And the weather.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How's it looking tonight?
Pretty good right now.
All right.
Not sure about later. Strike 2. I don't check the radar until I see clouds over North Arlington. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Worth, hitting .218. Crowd quiet. A run on 2 hits already. This is pitch number 19 from Hammel. Runners going. A swing and a miss. And on the strikeout by Worth, a double steal. Espinosa to third. Zimmerman down to second. And right now, Davey Johnson getting runners moving, doing whatever he can to try to generate something for Worth.
Yeah, just a straight fastball right down the middle. Look at the jump Espinosa gets in the background. Just put that ball in your pocket. That base was ripped.
By the way, that was Ryan Zimmerman's first of the year on the back end. And the Nationals now have 78 steals on the year. Ankiel goes up hacking, as he often does. 2 outs in the inning. Rick's hitting .234 now. No balls, 2 strikes with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
You see where all those fastballs are, though. They're up. And when Jason Hamels is real good, he keeps that ball down. Gets that two-seamer up in the strike zone. And that gives the opposition an opportunity to keep it in the air.
0-2 to Rick. ANKIEL will lift it on the infield. With the call, Mark Ellis, the former Oakland Athletic, and the Nats are gone. They pick up a run in the first inning. The RBI, Michael Morse. And back to work. Call Luna for up to 70% off all your flooring. 877-241-LUNA. Shop smart. Shop Luna. Look at Kelly Johnson making a run. Robinson Cano has been up on that board all year long. And then Dan Uggla, Ricky Weeks. A lot of power by second baseman. It's becoming more of a power position around, especially the National League, than it has been in recent years.
Well, you talk about Tulowitzki being banged up and Jose Reyes being on the DL. I talked to Danny Espinosa today. He said, I can play shortstop for 3 innings. Put me on the All-Star team. I'll go out there and pick it.
Well-traveled Ty Wigginton. And Michael Morse takes care of him as Wigginton signed to a 2-year free agent contract by the Rockies in December. Goes up their first pitch swinging, and John Lennon has 4 in a row. Next up will be Mark Ellis, traded over from Oakland. Mark Ellis with the A's for a long, long time. He was with Oakland from 2002 until this season. Was hitting just .217 this year in 62 ball games when they dealt him. He's appeared in 3 division series with the Athletics. South Dakota guy who went to the University of Florida.
One of the best teammates I've ever had at any stop anywhere, without a doubt. This is his 8th game as a Rocky. It's the first time in his career he hasn't worn white cleats. He says it's funny. He looks down, he sees the black cleats now. I mean, in the minor leagues for the A's, you wear white cleats. In the big leagues for the A's, you wear white cleats. And we used to call them clown shoes. So this is the first time Mark Ellis hasn't had to wear clown shoes.
I'll say one thing for his color scheme in his big league career. He's gone from green and gold to purple, silver, and black.
Well, he's happy to be a Rocky.
Now, a lot of guys love playing in the Denver area. Wonderful place to live.
Wonderful place to hit.
Yeah. And a 2-2 to Ellis. 11 for 28 as a Rocky, hitting .393 so far in the National League. They go the other way and flip it out of play.
I was hitting .217 in Oakland. He gets a change of scenery. .393. 11 for his first 28 as a Rocky.
Lennon wants to jam him and does, and Rich Dower gets out of the way of that one. Old Baltimore guy over there at third base. Not that old. Swing and a miss on a pitch up and away. John Lannon's second strikeout, and he's retired the first 5 Rockies here.
A lot of times as a hitter, you think that's the slurve out of John Lannon's hand. So you're thinking that ball is going to come back down in the zone. I've seen him throw it to righty so far. You see it up, and then it stays up, and it's too late. You've already committed to it.
On the Kinetic Pitch Track, brought to you by Kinetic North America, providing world-class technology to our national and homeland security customers. Here's rookie Cole Garner, a 26th rounder from 03, who's been in the minor leagues for more than 6 years, just called up on Monday after hitting .340 at Colorado Springs. Playing right field. He hit .304 in the Springs last year, .288 the year before that at AA Tulsa. And the Rockies often have guys called up with some pretty gaudy numbers. Tulsa's a hot, muggy place that's good to hit, but you go to Colorado Springs, man, that ball really flies up there. It's about an hour, just a little over an hour south of Denver. John Lannon dealing right now on 0-2. He just tries to take him up the ladder.
He's got the good fastball working again tonight. If I remember correctly, against the Pirates, his last inning, he was throwing 94, 95 miles an hour. We hadn't seen that all year.
Cole Garner's 26 years of age from Long Beach. Went to high school with Ian Stewart. And they were both seniors the same year and both drafted by the Rockies. Stewart was a first rounder. And getting a taste of big league action with his former high school buddy on deck. 2-2. Even when John Lannon has missed away to a couple of right-handers, FP, they're still swinging at it. So what's the deal there?
Well, he's got the good late life on his fastball, but when you're backdooring your off speed, as a hitter, you're thinking, I got to protect away. I can't take that pitch if it comes back for a strike, so you're protecting away. And what it does is it opens up the inner half, too, if he wants it.
There's another one out there. Swung on and missed. John Lannon, 6 in a row, 3 of them on strikeouts. Nats lead 1-0. Rockies nothing. It'll be Ramos, Desmond, and Lannon, bottom of the second. Now tomorrow for the 7 o'clock game and Sunday at 1:35. Harris Teeter Food Drive here at the ballpark. Bring non-perishable food items to Nationals Park and receive 2 tickets to a future ball game. All donations benefit the Capital Area Food Bank. Great way to help out our neighbors here. Nationals.com/tickets. Do something good for the district tomorrow and Sunday. You'll be rewarded for doing so. 5-game hitting streak. Wilson Ramos batting .254 now. And a big breaking ball drops to the inside corner. That's a great paint of the outside corner. Strikeout number 2 for Jason HAMMEL. Let's have a look at our PNC minor league report. Solutions that help you achieve your financial goals. PNC for the achiever in you. Welcome back, Jesus Flores, who hit an opposite field home run last night and then got a nice phone call. Jesus hitting .234 at Syracuse, 15 doubles, 5 homers, 30 RBIs in 56 games. Was with the Nats for 9 days in April, only got 2 at-bats. The Nats carried 3 catchers for about a week and a half. And Desmond will go first pitch swinging and flare it right to Cole Garner, 2 outs. One of the nicest young men we've ever had in this organization, and still fighting his way back from that really bad shoulder injury at Phoenix a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I saw Pudge today in the weight room. Before the game, he was working out, trying to stretch out his oblique. And it's one of those things, if you mess around with it, you tweak it a little bit, it could be a month. I mean, you could miss a month if you pull that thing. So I think a very smart decision by the Nationals and Pudge to use the 4-day All-Star break, which counts on the disabled list time, to get Pudge straight. The Nationals need Pudge to be strong in the second half.
So DL retroactive to yesterday. So add Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So he'll only miss 3 games on his first week on the DL. And hard to believe it's been 2 years and 2 months since Jesus Flores was hurt. May 9th of 09 at Arizona.
And guess what Pudge's eyes were glued to on the television today? Derek Jeter and the 3,000 hits. And that's a guy that's going to get 3,000 hits on the right. He's very interested in when Derek Jeter's going to get his 3,000. And I'm sure he's having visions of when he's going to get his own 3,000th hit.
Just under 160 base hits short. John Lennon trying to stretch out the at-bat, maybe get aboard somehow for Bernardino, who is swinging a hot bat. Hanging tough.
Maybe John Lennon was inspired by Tom Gorzelani's at-bat the other night.
I was just thinking the same thing. Remember his applaud of Gorzelani after Tom got the base hit? John is 0 for 31.
Yeah, unfortunate about that is I was watching ESPN today, and they showed the strikeout pitch where he fell down. And Gorzelani battled as hard as you can in that at-bat, fouling off 99-mile-an-hour pitches. He had the crowd into this, and what gets on the highlight film? Him swinging and missing and falling down, and everybody in the studio was laughing. And I'm saying to myself, hey, that was one of the best at-bats I've seen by a pitcher all season long. And they're making fun of the fact that he struck out at the end.
Well, my response to that is it wasn't on the teleprompter, so they have no idea. 5-3, Lennon on a half swing over to Ian Stewart. Top of the third coming up. The Nats, 1-0, Friday night in D.C. Debbie Taylor with the FCS Sideline Report. And Danny Espinosa, Debbie, keeps giving you things to talk about.
Oh, he's been sensational, Bob. And this is the Nationals' final series before the All-Star break. So I asked Danny what he thought of the first half for the Nats.
I thought we've had a successful first half with all the things that we've had to endure, and the losses that we've had with injuries and losing our manager and everything else. I think with what we've been dealt, we've done a great job, and there's so much talent on this team that this second half could really go well for us, and we could really put ourselves in a good position to make the playoffs.
And of course, the idea of being a playoff team is something that Davey Johnson told the players that he believed they could do the first day he took over as the Nats' new skipper. Bob, FP?
Yeah, I was talking. That's everybody's goal.
But Danny today was very adamant about it. Every time we win a game, it's the other team giving it to us. Nobody's giving us any credit.
That's fine.
We're playing great all season long. You know what I told him? I said, you keep that chip on your shoulder. That's a good thing to have.
Yeah.
Every time he answers questions after the game, it's about the other team allowing them to win and not those guys getting the job done. He said, it's getting old. We got a good team here.
Ian Stewart, Chris IANNETTA, and Jason HAMMEL. Ian Stewart's having a nightmare this year. He's 5 out of 58, batting .086 in 24 games. They have sent him down to try to straighten things out. .245 hitter coming into this year in parts of 4 years with the Rockies. He was their #1 draft choice back in '03, the 10th overall player taken, and it really hasn't worked out for him. Didn't make it to the big leagues until '07. And by the way, back in '03, he was the first high school position player the Rockies had ever drafted in the first round. Out of La Quinta High in California.
He's been up and down on the shuttle between Colorado Springs and Colorado all season long. I remember it was about a month ago, manager Jim Tracy said, it's time for him to fish or cut bait. And you look at the numbers, he is just having a major scuffle this season.
He's made 4 errors at third and has 5 hits on the year. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lannon throws one by him. John Lannon, I mean, are we seeing the transformation of something here? He's been a power pitcher his last couple of outings, FP, 4 Ks already.
He's had the plus fastball going, but it's just a matter of hitting your groove, hitting your stride, having confidence level in your release point, being out front and being on time. When you talk about 3-0 with a 1.96 in your last 8 starts, the confidence level is high. You go up against some of the best offensive teams in the league and you cut right through them. Guess what? You're feeling good. You're feeling frisky out there. I think you're seeing the results on a more consistent basis from John Lannon.
Next up, 28-year-old catcher Chris IANNETTA. Another homegrown Rocky, 4th rounder back in '04. And he's hitting just .221, 0 for 5 career against the Nats left-hander.
He just had that one hiccup in Anaheim when he gave up 11 hits and 5 2/3. He really upset with himself after the game. Thought he was nibbling too much, and he said that's not going to happen again. And came out against the Pirates with a purpose. Maybe a lot of times you start digging yourself a little bit too much, but I don't think that's the case with John Lannon. He's a hard worker, a hard-nosed guy. And we always point back to that June 1st start against the Phillies, getting that monkey off your back, beating the Phillies when he never had before. Well, then you beat a team like the Padres, the Giants, you pitch well against the big boys. All of a sudden your confidence level is right where you need it. He's been very consistent. And that fastball, Bob, as you've pointed out, I mean, it's just above average, 92, 93, and at the end of the game last time it was 95.
It's amazing what 7 starts at AA last year can do for a guy. John Lannon came back a different pitcher. 6-3 with a 3.42 ERA, 11 starts on his return. And a 3-2 with 1 out, pitcher on deck. He gets a little chopper. That'll be easy. 8 in a row for John Lannon. Tomorrow is a night game, first night game, not part of a doubleheader we've had for the first time in a while. Ubaldo Jimenez and Jason Marquis. Jordan Zimmerman, Julie Chassin. 1:35 on Sunday. Then after the break, the Nats at Atlanta next weekend. Those pitching pairings to be announced later. All-Star break, just 2 games away after tonight. Now look out for Jason HAMMEL. He's the kind of guy that can break up something. He has 4 hits, a homer, and 4 RBIs this year. John had him stepping in the bucket right there. The base is empty and 2 outs.
Yeah, pretty good swing, pretty good foul off. Bought himself another pitch. That was a good slider from Lannon.
That ball is hit hard, but over to where the gap was, where ANKIEL was playing. 8, now 9 in a row for John Lannon. Roger Bernardina's all over the place, hitting over 350 at home now. He has doubled and scored tonight. He's been exciting, and he'll be leading off in a moment with that great speed and that lively bat. Baseball on Masson, brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE, built so you can rule the air. Collection of the Nationals Inside Pitch magazine covers over the years. All kind of neat things around the ballpark you can peruse as you make your way around the concourses. And to get in the ballpark, why not check out one of the midseason flex plans? Pick 3 games, get a 4th one free. We'll give you a ball cap to put on, one of those new era ball caps, the official cap of Major League Baseball, nationals.com/flex. You look great, you get some good seats, and you can enjoy a really nice evening at the ballpark. Here's Bernardina. With his base hit tonight, Roger batting .271. That ball's well hit to right. Cole Garner backpedaling to grab it short of the trap. Roger Bernardina pretty locked in right now.
Yeah, check out the swing from Roger Bernardina. I think locked in, Bob, might be an understatement. Check out the toe tap, staying close to the last second. And I don't think he got all this baseball. I think that might have got in on him a little bit. And look how far that ball went from Roger Bernardina, not getting all of it. And that ball pretty good.
Danny Espinosa, a 4-pitch walk, first time up. Then he stole third on the front end of a double steal with Ryan Zimmerman. The other thing Danny's done lately, kept his speed game going. 12 stolen bases now in 14 attempts. Taking on 2-0, and that's a perfect pitch on the outside corner.
That's a pitcher's strike. You're heading the count. You don't want to swing at that. You're looking for your pitch in your zone. Anything else, you're taking.
HAMMEL coming off his shortest outing since September of last year, when on Sunday he was racked around by the Royals. 5 earned runs, 6 runs total on 7 hits in 3 2/3 innings. And a 2-2, a changeup. Danny takes it low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Danny's having a good time here at home. Mid 350s. His batting average just a click under 250 now overall. That's a swing and a foul tip, and it doesn't stick in the glove of IANNETTA.
Yeah, we talked a lot about it on the last road trip. This team hasn't played much at home, the lowest number of home games in the league coming back from the last trip. So all of a sudden you get home, you get into your routine, you feel comfortable in your white uniform, you see the results. I mean, how many home stats have we put up in this homestand about either pitchers throwing good at home or hitters throwing? They're starting to feel comfortable. They got a routine. They were on the road pretty much the whole first half of the season.
Great eye by Danny Espinosa, his second walk of the game. And teams around the league are starting to pitch him with a whole lot more respect. They know how powerful he is to turn on a ball and hit for power left-handed. And you might notice Rockies have been pitching him away now.
You think? That's all you got to do is turn around, look at the scoreboard, and see 16 and 52 by his name. And yeah, you'll get pitched a little differently when you have over 15 taters at the All-Star break.
Zimmerman with a chop base hit right off home plate to start off his night. That loaded the bases with nobody out back in the first before Michael Morse hit a sac fly. Worth struck out. ANKIEL popped out.
And the one thing about Danny Espinosa and stealing bases, he always seems to get a great jump, and he always seems to go on a good pitch. You know, what's a good pitch? Obviously, you want to go on an off-speed pitch. It gives you an extra step or so to get there. So a smart base runner, he knows the counts to go in. It always seems like he's getting a great jump.
Off speed. Chris IANNETTA blocking it. 1 ball, 1 strike. This guy, early in his Colorado career, was one of their best ever defensive catchers. So Ryan with that base hit, 5 out of 12 now. One of those hits a homer. Zimmerman overpowered on that one, fouls it for Todd Helton, drifting and well inside the rail for the second out. That'll bring up Michael Morse, who early in the count jumped all over HAMMEL for that sac fly to give the Nats the lead back in the first. Jim Tracy, great baseball guy, took over kind of a tough situation in Colorado and really made the most of it. How about back in 09 when he took over for Clint Hurdle on May 29th? They went 74 and 42. Won the wild card, lost to the Phillies, and then last year they went 83 and 79 and finished third, 9 games behind the world champion Giants.
Yeah, this whole homestand has been, this is your life manager style for me. Mike Quaddy was my manager in AA and AAA. Jim Tracy was my manager in AAA and the bench coach for the Montreal Expos for 4 years. He was the bench coach for Davey Johnson in Los Angeles in 2000. So Davey and Jim go way back. a great baseball man and a great manager.
Morse gets jammed and fouls it off to the right.
Jim eventually took over for Davey Johnson when he was let go in Los Angeles. Was a manager of the Dodgers for a while. A manager for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, 4 years in L.A. and 2 in Pittsburgh, where he won 67 and 68 games. They let him go after 07. With Michael Morse batting, is Danny Espinosa in scoring position with 2 outs? Probably.
Michael Morse is in scoring position.
They're playing him deep, man. And here's a 1-1 pitch. They'll chop it off to the left side.
And probably the toughest stretch Jim Tracy has had to go through as a Rockies manager. You think all the Septembers this ball club has had. You've done some magical things in the month of September. This is a tough stretch. You get a couple of your horses that are down. Your pitching staff isn't where you want it.
Morse will fly this one right field way for Cole Garner. That's it for the Nats. Espinosa stranded on to the middle innings. 1-0 Washington. Columbia Friday night now. Top of the order for the Rockies. John Lannon's been perfect. Roger Bernardino generating some offense, just enough to give Lannon the early lead.
Yeah, look where all these pitches are. Look at the location. Everything away. The changeup away right there to Mark Ellis. Another fastball away in the outer half. So we've been talking all night how much the Nats like to play at home, but so far John Lannon's been away.
Lannon to Carlos Gonzalez, who grounded out to Desmond first time. Another thing that has hurt the Rockies is their 25-year-old switch hitting outfielder Dexter Fowler is at AAA. He hasn't been productive at the big league level this year. And when that guy is in the leadoff spot and you can bat Fowler there and Gonzalez a couple of spots down with HELTON and Tulowitzki, this is a very formidable lineup. Fowler is as fast as anybody in baseball. Right now he's fast at Colorado Springs. Great baseball man there, one of the most positive guys you will ever meet.
Always upbeat, always pumping you up.
And a very, very close friend of ex-Nats manager Jim Riggleman.
Well, Jim Riggleman was Jim Tracy's bench coach in Los Angeles when Jim was the manager for the Dodgers.
I remember when the Rockies were in town last year. Those two stood behind home plate at about 4:30 in the afternoon and talked to each other for about an hour, and it was raining the whole time. Evidently, that's where managers go to get away from it all, with another manager is right by the Curly W down there in a rain, getting caught up with an old friend. One and two to Gonzalez from Lannon. Jams him with a fastball and strikes him out. John Lannon, 5 Ks on the evening.
Location, location, location. The package we just showed, everything was away for strike 3, and look where this ball is. Just a 2-seam fastball running in on Gonzalez. And after you throw some soft stuff away, that fastball looks twice as hard on the inner half.
There's Jonathan Herrera. Switch hitting infielder. Nine years in the minor leagues for this non-drafted free agent who signed at the age of 17 back in '02. Flied to center first time up, and John Lannon really dealing and getting ahead of these Rockies here. That was close to being a swing. No appeal made. Just after 8 o'clock. If you would have seen this ballpark 3 hours ago, you'd never believe we were even playing, much less enjoying an evening like this. A big time storm blew through here. And that's the kind of guy who usually breaks up a game where there's no hits in the early innings. Jonathan Herrera got a pitch up, and he's on a 5-game hitting streak now.
A pitch up, and that one was right back at John Lannon. That didn't miss by much. Look out. And talking to the Rockies people about Herrera today, they said, FP, just a baseball player. You're going to love watching this guy play. Paid his dues in the minor leagues. Does everything right.
HELTON jacks one to right. That'll be on a hop to Jason Worth. And the Rockies now come alive with 2 base hits back to back. Jumping on John Lannon early in the count there.
And just a short, compact swing, and Todd Helton, professional hitter, comes through again.
Longtime veteran Ty Wigginton in the big leagues since '04 with the Pirates. He's made stops. Actually '02 with the Mets, and then on to Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, Houston, and Baltimore for the last 2 years. He drove in 76 runs for the Orioles last year with 22 homers, and they're all hacking early now. They're tired of looking up and seeing their guys 0-2, 1-2. Good numbers for John against this power hitting right-hander, who's hit 13 and driven in 36. He has hit into 5 double plays this year.
A good spot with that fastball. John Lannon hunting a ground ball right here. The one trap you don't want to fall into if you're John Lannon is all of a sudden you think you're a power pitcher. 16 ground ball outs last time against the Pirates.
Just 3 tonight because he's had so many strikeouts.
Well, he's feeling good. He's feeling fresh. Only 80 pitches his last start. So a lot of times you got that plus fastball going. You want to use it. You want to throw it. You get in strikeout mode. Right now he's looking for a grounder.
And this, of course, an extra day of rest for Lannon. That hurts John. John Lannon hit by that pitch. A run scores. And he might have taken it off the side of his face, maybe the jaw area.
And he's leaving this game.
John Lannon evidently hit in the face as that ball went up the middle. So the Rockies have tied the game, and John Lannon to the dugout.
Well, let's hope he's okay.
It was a glancing blow, which may be the only fortunate thing about this.
Yeah, Herrera just missed with the line drive, and you look at this one. Let's just hope that got a little glove, because that got him right underneath his left eye. And there was blood when he was walking off the field.
Home plate umpire Bob Davidson over by the Nats dugout. A pitcher is coming in. John Lannon is gone. Looks like Ryan Matthews here in the fourth. Just witnessed John Lannon being hit by a line drive. John's in the trainer's room, and Ryan Matthews is on the mound to throw as many pitches now as he needs to get ready. A very scary moment for all the Nats as outfielders and infielders gather together.
And this didn't get any glove. We were hoping that John Lannon got some glove on that. That was a direct hit. So as soon as we know something, you'll know something. Let's hope that John Lannon's okay.
Lee Kuntz out to join him immediately, accompany him to that long walk. It's a long tunnel up there to the clubhouse and a left turn through the clubhouse all the way back to the trainer's room. And here it is from behind home plate. And it does look like John was not able to get the glove to that ball. The ball went into center field. RBI hit for Ty Wigginton. Jonathan Herrera scoring. And with one out here in the fourth, the Rockies have tied the game. So the Nats are looking for a long reliever again tonight. Ryan Matthews, his 12th appearance. He's pitched 11 innings. Now, he was a starter in the minor leagues, but it's been a while. Pretty much a relief specialist. Made 4 starts last year, but hadn't started any games since he was in the Rockies organization. And that was back in Tulsa in 07, 26 starts. And then 51 starts at A-ball the 2 years before that. So Ryan knows what it's like to have to pitch extended time in a ball game.
And I think that look on Steve McCatty's face says it all.
The Nats got him, by the way, from Colorado with right-handed pitcher Robinson Fabian at the trading deadline 2 years ago for Joe Beimel. And of course, Ryan was hurt at the time. Debbie Taylor, as soon as you see this happen early in the ball game, then you start wondering about who else is or is not available in the pen.
That's right, Bob. I mean, the bullpen has really worked a lot this week. Ross Detweiler is not available, Davey saying before the game, and Henry Rodriguez is not available. Ross's first availability would be tomorrow, most likely Sunday.
Henry Rodriguez has pitched 3 innings in the last 2 games and then pitched another inning 2 nights before that. So he's been in 3 of the last 4 games for the Nats. And here's Mark Ellis with runners at first and second and 1 out. And folks, keep your fingers crossed for John Lannon. He's been one of the most durable guys on this staff. Tonight was his 114th start. Up the middle, little spinner. Matthews still throws to second, somehow gets the out. Desmond might have been spiked by Ty Wigginton. That was a double play ball, but not clean off the get-go.
And then Ryan Matthews took his time, and I thought for sure Wigginton was going to be safe at second. And gets the comebacker right here, a little bobble job. Then he picks it up, takes his time. And if he would have slid straight to the base, he'd have been safe. He went for option B, and that was to get a piece of Ian Desmond. If he slides into the base, he's safe by a mile.
It looks like he put his spike right into Desmond's right leg.
And you see it right there. There's the mark on his pants.
I just hope that's not blood. Here's Cole Garner now, runners at the corners with 2 outs. And a breaking ball is high to the rookie, who's 0 for 2 now, playing in his second big league game.
I've seen a lot of those comebackers, and none of them are pretty, but let's just hope John Lannon's okay, because that was not good.
Yeah.
That was a direct hit.
Oh, there's a balk. And the Rockies lead 2-1. Balking Bob Davidson, who sees things umpires never see, has just handed the Rockies a run. Let's see what he did, or if he did.
It was a good call.
Yeah, just a
little flinch with his glove. He started to bring his glove up to put the ball in it. And you're not going to get one by Bob Davidson.
No, sir. That run charged to John Lennon, who's still responsible for the other man on base.
Well, I'll just say this. If we're rattled up here and you're rattled at home, guess what? The guys on the field are rattled too.
And Matthews throws one low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And once you start your motion, you cannot stop and then continue. It's got to be one fluid thing. And we cannot argue with Bob Davidson about that one. That'll be another run for the Rockies unless Bernardino throws out Ellis. Throw is late. Now they've got the runner hung up between first and second. Zimmerman runs at him. It's Morse. And now Espinosa. 7-5, 3-4. But the Rockies take a 3-1 lead in a dangerous top of the 4th. that things can change on the turn of a dime. 4 hits for the Rockies and 3 runs. John Lennon, we just hope he's okay. And now, Jason HAMMEL touched for a run on 2 hits in the first inning, but retiring 9 out of 10 batters since, has a 2-run lead to work with. Jason Worth steps in, struck out first time up. Breaking ball bending way outside. 1-1. 51 pitches in the game for Jason HAMMEL.
Carp, I've been in those situations. One of your buddies out there, a guy you spent 6 months out of the year with, 8 months out of the year with, gets hurt. It's tough to focus as a ball player. It's tough to say, okay, game on, we got to come back, we're down by 2. And all of a sudden the score doesn't mean as much as it does before. And it is hard to sit there and focus and concentrate when you know one of your guys just got lit up. I mean, the one advantage you have is you're in the dugout. You can run back in the clubhouse and check on him and see how he is. And if he's okay, you know, that'll help. But if you don't know what happened to John Lannon and you're a national player right now, you're searching, man. Hey, the game doesn't mean as much as it did 10 minutes ago. But you're professional and you got to go out there and you try to focus and try to get the job done. But it will rattle a whole ball club when one of your guys gets hit like that. Trust me.
Jason Worth hits it hard. One hopper, HERRERA. He almost doubled down the third base line. Then he gashes one to short. That's one of the better at-bats Jason Worth has had in a while in terms of meeting the ball. Killed it.
Yeah, can't steer it off your bat. So all you can do is center it up, and that's a good at-bat for Jason Worth, even though he doesn't have anything to show.
First pitch swinging, Rick ANKIEL, who popped up to second first time up. A lot of these newer ballparks, very little padding behind home plate. You see some interesting and potentially dangerous ricochets. And a 1-1 to ANKIEL. Tried to pull that pitch, tailing away from him. And 2 outs now here in the 4th. Nats bats quiet since the Zimmerman chopper back in the 1st. That ball well hit by Ramos. See you later. Up into the red table area, similar to where he hit the walk-off homer against Seattle. And for Wilson Ramos, he wakes up the ballpark with his 8th of the year.
And pretty soon his nickname's going to be Red Porch. Wilson Red Porch Ramos. How many times have we seen him hit a ball there this season? Good balance, head still, good extension. And he likes the red seats out there in left center field.
Here's Desmond. Ramos 30 RBIs now. We talked about this before. When you combine the numbers of Ramos and Pudge, You're talking about 10 home runs now and 49 batted in. Perfect pitch to Desmond. Good hard slider outside corner. And quickly 0-2. For the Nationals, their 82nd home run of the year.
And the book on Ian for about 3 weeks now has been away, 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 and then up with 2 strikes. Sometimes they try to come hard in with 2 as well. Slider away, fastball away, and elevate with 2. He's had some good at-bats recently where he's going hard to right field, not just hitting it over there, but driving the ball the other way, and that's a good sign.
Breaking ball, he waited for it and hits it sharply to the shortstop, Herrera. That kid's pretty good defensively. Wilson Ramos gets the Nats one of those runs back. A mighty blast to left center. Into the 5th inning now, a 3-2 game. Park tonight, having a beautiful evening here. And on to the 5th inning. Rockies 3, Nationals 2. We have some AT&T trivia fact for you. Gary Carter in 75, the only rookie in this organization to lead the club in homers and RBIs at the break. Danny Espinosa could do it. Michael Morse is going to give him a run for the RBI part of that. Danny 52 ribbies, Morse 49. Espinosa 16 home runs, Morse 15. And of course our thoughts and prayers are with Gary Carter, waging a really tough battle against cancer right now. It's kind of a sad time for a lot of reasons in the baseball world. The tragedy in Texas yesterday. Off speed pitch by Matthews. Waving at it, Ian Stewart, no balls, 2 strikes. One and 2. Debbie Taylor, you have a report on John Lennon.
Okay, Bob, we don't have anything official yet from the ball club, but I do have a source in the Nats clubhouse that said he is okay. As soon as we get more details about his injury, I will let you know.
Thank you, Debbie. 2-2 to Ian Stewart. Well inside, ball 3. And on a 3-2, it's a fly ball out to left center, tailing back to Roger Bernardina. First out, top of the 5th. Ryan Matthews trying to settle this ball game down. We've talked about Espinosa and Gary Carter. John the Count Montefusco of the Giants was the Rookie of the Year that year. Pitcher beating out a catcher.
It was the last Rookie of the Year in San Francisco until Buster Posey won it last year. I have a feeling there might be a Rookie of the Year in this organization this year. And Ryan Matthews, give him a lot of credit coming into a game. We've talked about it a lot. You come into a game due to an injury, and all of a sudden you're out of your routine. It takes you time to warm up. You're warming up in front of the crowd. You're not in the bullpen, and everything's all out of sorts. And especially for a young guy that's probably never done that too often at the minor league level, but to have to do it at the major league level, to come into a major league game, well, it's going to take you a second to settle down and start to feel it. And you're seeing right now Ryan Matthews is getting settled into this baseball game.
Striking out, Chris IANNETTA looking. And I know that Ryan would tell you this is him facing just another ball club, but this is the club that drafted him in the 19th round back in 03. He was in the organization until July 31st 2 years ago. And the Nats took him knowing that he was going to have Tommy John surgery. Little flare off the bat of HAMMEL. Danny Espinosa grabs it. So Ryan Matthews doing what he can to grab the Nats some momentum back, and he should be hitting here in a moment. Quite a blast to left center. Cole Garner got his first major league hit to drive in the Rockies' third run. John Lannon was really pitching well, gave up 3 hits in a row, and the third one was quite dangerous.
And John Lannon was great tonight. Good fastball command. 92, 93 miles an hour on the outer half of the plate. Good late life, good movement. It's one of the best left-handed hitters in baseball right there with the 2-seam fastball. And then it all went wrong for John Lannon. And hopefully he's okay. And if you're in the clubhouse, John, we hope you're all right.
We do have a report from the clubhouse that nothing is broken. You know, the first thing you're worried about, FP, is those fragile bones around the eye, the upper cheek area, the jawbone possibly. And we're told nothing broken on John Lannon's face right now, and that's the first piece of good news we've been waiting for.
That's great news.
And I don't know if John's parents, Ed and Flo Lannon, are here tonight. If they're not here, we know they're tuned in up in New York, and we just want you folks to know that we're going to keep you posted any way we can about John, and I'm sure they're probably finding out some things maybe before us. But one of the great Nationals families over the last 5 years are the Lannons, and so far so good, the reports on John. Alex Cora is going to pinch hit for Ryan Matthews and pop up on the first pitch. So we thought Matthews might be around for more than 4 outs, but he's pinch hit 4 in a 1-run game, and there goes Cora. Top of the order now, Roger Bernardino.
And Bernardino doubled his first time up, hit the ball hard to right field the second time up. So 2 more good at-bats from Roger Bernardino so far tonight. That bunt to second base is wide open if he wants it. Everybody back on the right side of the infield.
Off speed had Roger out ahead.
Now with 2 strikes, he's got to swing away, obviously, but that's where those 2 guys were playing on the right side the pitch before. And we've seen Bernardino bring that bunt with him and how effective a weapon that is.
Little bouncer. Bernardino to the pitcher, HAMMEL. 2 down, bases empty. Espinosa coming up. Pups in the Park is back tomorrow against the Rockies at 7 o'clock. $5 dog ticket, $20 owner ticket. So I wonder how many dogs are going to bring the owners. Some restrictions do apply. Go to nationals.com/pups. Do dogs carry cash?
Well, I'm bringing my dog tomorrow. My 5-year-old yellow lab Gamer. He is coming to the ballpark with me.
Where are you sitting?
He's going to sit right here next to us. He's a good
I don't
boy.
know about that.
I'm going to say stay, and he'll be right here next to us the whole game.
Yanni Espinosa takes one on the foot. Down he goes. Pops back up.
He squared that baseball up. A lot of times you hit a foul ball off your foot. It's how you hit it. You see the pain right there that Espinosa's in. He squared that ball up and hit it as hard as you can possibly hit it off your foot. Sometimes you mishit those balls. You cut across the ball. You just top the ball. And it doesn't hurt that bad. But when you hit it right on the barrel and get all of it, it doesn't feel good.
They wouldn't throw another one down and in, would they?
Nah, they go away. To set up the next one down and in.
Jason HAMMEL, rangy right-hander, 6'6", 215. Hoping not to face Ryan Zimmerman here in the 5th. Espinosa had been on base twice. Here are the first 3 hitters doing their thing again tonight. Bernardino, Espinosa, Zimmerman on base a combined 4 times already. And that's up and away, ball 2. They were on base 7 times last night. Outside, ball 3. Danny's got some kind of knowledge of the strike zone going these days.
I'm just seeing the baseball big. It all started with keeping that right foot close to the ground, left-handed. Toss the leg kick out the window. All of a sudden your head is still. You're making good decisions. You're seeing ball and strike early. You're seeing pitch early. You're keeping your head still. You can't hit what you can't see, and sometimes it's that simple as a hitter.
Upstairs, Espinosa gone. HAMMEL, other than the Ramos homer, has been great lately. Good night for a drive, better night for a game. final shuttle today. And in honor of NASA, we've got 3 astronauts chasing Teddy. Now, if this was a hot day, FP, a really hot night, those guys would be roasting in those things.
Well, they'd be getting bigger because the popcorn would be popping. It looks like Orville Redenbacher just won that one.
News from the Nationals clubhouse. Debbie Taylor, what do we know now about John Lannon?
Okay, now we do know the official word from the Nationals. John Lannon has a nasal contusion. He is day to day, and safe to say he's going to be pretty sore these days. Bob, FP.
Well, the best news of all, no broken bones in the eye area, the face area, the jawbone area. So hopefully John Lannon okay, able to breathe and do all those normal things. And our best to John down in the clubhouse. Sean Burnett in the 6th inning of a ball game. In some of the latter innings lately, it hasn't gone well for Sean. Gave up the big home run on the first pitch to Carlos Pena last night. He doesn't go with the first pitch breaking ball tonight. He misses with a fastball to Carlos Gonzalez. And right back to Sean. First out here in the top of the 6th in a 3-2 game. Colorado Rockies on the box score. Cole Garner, first major league hit. Other RBI from Ty Wigginton in that 4th inning. 1 run scored on a balk by Ryan Matthews. But the Ramos homer got the Nats one of those runs back, and it's a 3-2 game here, top of the 6th.
It's a good time for Sean Burnett to lock it in. You talk about the struggles he's had lately. All of a sudden you get an extended look. You're not coming in a high stress situation with runners on and trying to get a big lefty out. You're coming in the middle of a game. Your team's down by 1. And it's up to you to keep the deficit right at 1. I like the fact that Davey Johnson is showing confidence in his left-hander, putting him right back in the ballgame.
Jonathan Herrera got the Rockies started with a base hit up the middle 2 innings ago. John Lannon had retired the first 10 hitters. Hand-cooked tires with our game flow here on a Friday night. B1 with it. I think they mean the road. With hand-cooked tires. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Herrera. And Burnett gives up a base hit.
Another good swing from Jonathan Herrera. Fastball in, challenge fastball. Good short compact swing, and he's on once again. And Burnett trying to finish him off on the inner half. And watch how short the swing is. Not a whole lot to it, just dropping the hands on the baseball. And second hit of the night for Herrera.
He stole 157 bases in the minor leagues. Backing out of there, wanting no part of strike 1, Todd Helton.
That was strange. I don't know that I've ever seen him do that before. Maybe he got caught in between and looked up, and Burnett was already in his delivery.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe quick pitching him a bit.
He didn't want anything to do with that.
Target away now. And Burnett misses with the breaking pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball in there from Sean Burnett, 1-2.
Good spot. Wilson Ramos's glove did not move. That was a well-located heater from Sean Burnett. And for him, it's been about location. And look where he sets up and look at the target. Bam.
Herrera this year, 4 steals and 8 attempts. Rockies don't run a whole lot, but he's gone. I mean, he stole that thing, but it's fouled off. Ramos was about to have no chance on any pitch he caught.
Well, Todd Helton's got 2 strikes, and he has to take care of himself. So if Herrera did that early in the count, I'm sure Todd Helton would have obliged and taken the pitch to get a runner in scoring position. But when you're fighting for your life, there's nothing you can do but foul off that pitch. And that was just a guess and go from Herrera. He just went first move right in Sean Burnett's face, and he had that bag ripped.
On 1-2, he's holding, and that's outside.
And sometimes as a base runner, you say to yourself, okay, you throw over twice. If you throw over 3 times, you got me. You throw over 3 times, you throw over 4 times, you got me, because I'm going right in your face and try to beat the relay. And some guys are fast enough that if you do throw over and you do go first move, you can beat the relay from the first baseman to second base.
Yeah, the fast guys keep on going. Run down, nothing there, but they've probably got a better than 50-50 chance of making it.
Yeah, keep on going and run right into the middle infielder's glove as long as you can, because that's where the ball's going.
2-2 now, and Helton up the middle. Espinosa right to the bag. A 4-3 double play by Danny. That's a big inning for Sean Burnett to get a 0 back on the board. Zimmerman, Morse, and Worth coming up.
Rockies. Let's check out that ending double play by Danny Espinosa one more time. Look at Todd Helton. This is tailor-made. Just a chopper over the mound. Here's the second out. There's the third out. Good turn by Danny Espinosa. Good strong throw. That's 3 outs, right? 3 outs. That's 3 outs. Oh,
Let's go.
That's 3 outs.
Let's go.
That'll cost you in Kangaroo Court.
Well, if they hadn't noticed it, they know it now.
Yeah, thanks for that, FP.
You may be paying half that fine.
Sorry, I tried to give him the All-Star game last night. He owes me.
Breaking ball from Hammel to Ryan Zimmerman.
And I don't think they've named a replacement for Jose Reyes yet.
Oh, there's a lot of things that can happen between now and Sunday. Zimmerman with a bouncer by the mound to Mark Ellis. Right now cruising along, other than one pitch, is Jason Hammel. Gave up the home run to Ramos in the 4th inning, and other than that, the Nats have just that run in the 1st inning on the double by Bernardina, the single by Zimmerman, and then the sac fly by Michael Morse. Last night, pitchers couldn't get anybody out, and now tonight, much more of a tight pitchers duel. And right now, it's Hammel against the Nats bullpen. He entered the 6th inning with 75 pitches. Morse has fly to center for a sac fly and a fly ball to right. That's a breaking ball that catches the front corner of the plate. A beauty.
Yeah, tip your cap on that one. You're sitting dead red 1-0. He drops that on you, you can half strike one.
Morse is waiting for that breaking ball, and he slices it out to center for Carlos Gonzalez. 2 down. Potomac Nationals right down the road at Fitzner Stadium in Woodbridge, battling for another Carolina League championship. Join them for all kinds of fun promotions, food specials, great giveaways. PotomacNationals.com, 703-590-2311. Jason Worth, 2 outs, bases empty. I'd like to see him swing really hard 3 times and try to tie this game.
He hit the ball hard to shortstop last time.
Worth 0 for 2 tonight, strikeout, and that really hot shot to short. Batting average at .217. Big gap in left center. And Worth gets one cleanly right up the middle.
And that's a good turn at first base. Jason Worth is always thinking about the next base. You got a single, you know you got one, so what do? You think about 2 right out of the box. You catch somebody with their head down, you catch somebody sleeping, you catch a little bobble in the outfield, all of a sudden you're in scoring position. That's a nice short swing from Jason Worth. Right back up the middle. He hit the ball hard last time to short. He hit that ball hard. And look at the turn right here. He's thinking 2. If you look down or you bobble it, guess what? I'm going to be standing on second base. That's the way you round first base if you're a kid watching at home.
Here's Rick Ankiel.
When you already have one base made, go to that base hard and make the opposition stop you. So you got a single, right? Mm-hmm. You see guys cruising to first base and they take one little step around the bag. No. Come hard around that base. A little bobble, you're to the next base.
If there's a bobble in your Cadillac, and then you're embarrassed.
And if you got second base in the bag, go hard through second base. Think about third base and make the opposition stop you. You got third base made, go hard through third base. Make the third base coach stop you. Always go around the base that you have in the bag hard, thinking about going to the next base. That's the way you run the bases. That's the way you play the game hard every single day.
Off speed, Ankiel couldn't pull the trigger on the corner. No balls, 2 strikes.
Wilson Ramos, the big home run last time up. He's ready to go.
I would think he is. He's 6 for his last 12. Tried that backdoor breaking ball again, just a little bit outside. ANKIEL, even though 0 for 2 tonight, still 9 for his last 21. Tying runs at first. 2 outs, bottom 6. We were watching Jason Worth. I thought he was looking a little itchy to take off there on a 1-2 pitch. And the Rockies feel the same way.
And Jason HAMMEL pretty quick to the plate. Worth has been working hard over there trying to get a pitch to go on. Trying to find some kind of rhythm, some kind of sequence to get the timing down. But HAMMEL is pretty quick to the plate.
He's holding. ANKIEL flares one, right field line. And it's hooking well foul.
I mean, the only way you can go on a guy that's as quick as HAMMEL is if he gets in some kind of rhythm to where you're counting in your head in your leadoff 1001, 1002, he goes to the plate. You do it about 3 pitches in a row and you know his sequence and his timing, then you can go because you're getting the ultimate jump. But he is so fast to the plate, barely a leg kick at all, that it's hard for Jason Worth to get a good jump. You see that? That's quick.
ANKIEL, little tapper. That'll end the Nationals' 6th. Top of the 7th, looking for a curly W. It used to be called the Pretzel W here in D.C., and now you can see why. Ball game here in the district. Down on South Capitol Street, 3-2 Rockies, top of the 7th inning. Bullpen, other than the balk, but Ryan Matthews got some outs, and then Sean Burnett, an important inning, starting to settle this game down for Washington. Yeah,
tip your cap to Ryan Matthews, not ready to pitch. All of a sudden, it's an emergency situation. He comes in a little bit rattled, but settled down nicely once he got into his routine. And Sean Burnett's done a nice job, too, establishing strike one, getting out some good, tough left-handed hitters.
Ty Wigginton, the line drive that hurt John Lannon up the middle last time up. Knocking him out of the game. Bullpen trying to handle things. And at least a 2-inning appearance here for Sean Burnett. The pitcher spot is due up third for the Nats after the 7th inning stretch. I've heard all kind of things over the years about why pitchers throw baseballs back. It's too heavy. Not round enough is one I heard once.
And some are bigger than others.
Yeah. I mean, they're not hand stitched, they're machine stitched now, unlike they used to be. And I'm sure they maybe have less of a variation than they did years ago.
I'd imagine it's a huge issue in Colorado when you're playing in Coors Field.
Yeah.
The ball's in the humidor. Some are dry. Some are a little more moist than others.
Wigginton on 3-2, and Sean Burnett walks it. Sean is just in one of those streaks where he's having a hard time getting a clean inning. Masson's giving away 30 prizes in 30 days, including signed jerseys and other Nationals gear. All you have to do is visit facebook.com/Masson Nationals to win. And often for a pitcher, I mean, it's an inch or two here and there. On a corner, bottom or top of the strike zone. But the big thing for Sean, just get a couple of zeros on the board. Have the team rally after you've been out there. And give him something real positive to take into the weekend.
Well, we've been talking about the bullpen a lot, and my favorite part about the bullpen is how they've been able to keep the deficit right where it's at. A lot of times the emphasis is on the bullpen when you have the lead, but these guys have done a great job of keeping it right where it's at and giving the offense a chance to win the game late.
Jason Worth has it for a routine out off the bat of Mark Ellis. And the hitter will be Cole Garner. 77 degrees at game time. 1 hour and 51 minutes ago. They never have started the Atlanta game at Philadelphia. Mets are still on the coast. At San Francisco later. Runner going. And safe in behind the throw as Espinosa had to come in and grab it. How about Ty Wigginton on the move there? He's 5 out of 6 this year for the big man.
Yeah, he went first move watch. As soon as Sean Burnett's right foot comes up, he's breaking. That's a good call by Jim Tracy, just throwing the first move on there, hoping that the Nationals forgot about him. A good throw by Wilson Ramos, but the damage was already done on the jump that Wigginton got.
And Danny Espinosa trying to come forward to grab that ball as quickly as possible. By the way, the other game involving the East tonight, Hanley Ramirez has a homer. The Marlins at home lead Houston. 6th inning, 5-2. Good tailing pitch by Sean Burnett to the right-handed hitter. He went, and that's a hitter overmatched right there.
Well, the stuff has never been a question for Sean Burnett. He's had good stuff all season long. I think, a couple of big at-bats that didn't go his way, a couple of pitches he left out over the plate, and maybe some tough luck, and all of a sudden your confidence is rattled. And for Sean Burnett, these are some big innings. If he could get that swagger back, if he could take that mound and get big all of a sudden, he's going to get back to some super valuable innings when his team has a lead. But right now, it's a matter of him searching to find his confidence. And when he gets that, he's as good as any lefty in the league. And how do you get confidence? You get confidence by having success. You can't just walk out on the mound and say, I'm confident today. It doesn't work like that. You can't step into the batter's box and say, guess what? I'm confident today. You have to have some successes to fall back on. It's little things. Sometimes it's a walk as a hitter. Sometimes it's a sacrifice bunt, getting on base, scoring a run. And sometimes as a pitcher, it's coming into a baseball game. Maybe you don't have to hold the lead, but you keep it right where it's at and give your team a chance to win. And throw some strikes and throw some good pitches like that.
That's a good one. 2 outs. Sean Burnett keeping the ball down
Hey, look at the grip from Burnett. And that's just a nasty pitch down to the zone. 3-2, 81 miles an hour changeup. You stay down there, that's a good thing.
Citrix on the pitch track. Convergence Technology and Citrix. Experts with desktop virtualization. Companies can achieve efficiency and cost reduction. Call the experts 301-860-1960 or go to convergencetech.us.
Carney Lansford, the hitting coach for the Colorado Rockies.
A former batting champion with the Red Sox, although he's best known for his days with the A's.
Had that open right-handed stance, crouched down, bat wiggling.
Little flare out to center. Here comes ANKIEL. And Sean Burnett gets the Nats 6 big outs. That'll do it for him. Ramos Desmond coming up. On the 7th inning stretch now, Jason HAMMEL, 90 pitches, he's still in the ball game. John Lannon okay after a line drive ricocheted off his face. And do we need to look any further for a forward drive of the game?
Well, let's give it to Wilson Ramos. Why not? I mean, this guy has a tremendous amount of pop. You look at the fastball out over the plate. Had the sound, had the swing, definitely had the distance. Look where this one lands. Goodness. He got all of that pitch, and that's our forward drive of the game.
Ramos, his 8th of the year. And in his young career, Wilson Ramos has now hit 8 home runs. None for Minnesota, actually 9. None for Minnesota, 1 for Washington last year. So we're seeing the emergence of a very good young player here at the age of 23. Won't have a birthday until 1 month and 2 days from now. And he's a threat to tie the game against Jason HAMMEL, who now's had a pretty good night. 2 runs on 4 hits. Pitching to contact for the most part. 3 strikeouts. 2 walks to Danny Espinosa. Matt Reynolds is the lefty. Matt Belisle, the right-hander.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to see a fastball anytime soon. When you hit one that far, you're pretty much taking away that pitch. Tyler Clippard getting loose for the Nats.
Todd Coffey has taken a seat. Tried to pull that away slider, handled by Ian Stewart. First out in the 7th. HAMMEL pitching very well for coming off one of his worst outings ever. 5 runs, 6 total, 5 earned runs in just 3 2/3 innings against Kansas City at home on Sunday.
Well, that's something, as Wilson Ramos gets more experience at this level, that when you hit a ball that far and that hard on a fastball, you might not see that pitch the next at-bat until you get to 2 strikes. That pitcher is going to go somewhere else. I mean, you scared him last time by hitting the ball that far. He's in a 1-run baseball game. There's no way he's going to feed you that same pitch. So as a hitter, you've eliminated that fastball. And maybe go somewhere else. Look for a hammer, look for a changeup, sit soft, look away. That's how you have a big night. You eliminate pitches per your last at-bat, per your last success.
2-0 to Desmond now with Matt Stairs on deck. He gets a fastball and rides it hard to right field. Ian Desmond on for the first time tonight, and Stairs will bat, tying run aboard.
He is getting there. I mean, we've seen this at-bat a couple times the last 3 or 4 games. You see, he lets that ball get deep. Head is still, not drift into his front side, staying back. Look where the head is. He's letting the ball travel and get deep and hitting it hard the other way. That's a good at-bat and a good swing.
1 week ago tonight, Matt Stairs had his nicest moment as a Nat with the walk-off line drive off the right field wall to beat the Pirates 2-1. Yeah, these numbers look good. 2 homers of those 5 hits, 5 out of 8 with 4 RBIs against JAYSON HAMMEL, and it looks like Jim Tracy wants no part of this matchup. Looks like Matt Reynolds, the lefty, will come in and face him. So a pretty solid 6 1/3 for JAYSON HAMMEL. He'll give the Nats only 5 hits. As mentioned a moment ago, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks on the night, the homer to Ramos, and he's done. It's up to the Rockies bullpen now. 3-2 Colorado, hanging on here in the 7th. Of the 7th inning. Each manager making some moves here. Midseason flex plan. Pick 3 games. Get a 4th one free. A New Era ball cap. Nationals.com/flex. And now Matt Stairs will be burned on this move. As the Rockies counter with a left-handed pitcher. First of all, out in right field is Seth Smith. He'll bat 9th. And then on the mound batting 6th. Will be the left-hander Matt Reynolds.
A fastball, slider, curveball, change, split from Reynolds. Other than that, he doesn't have anything. Fastball 89, slider 80, curveball 77. He's got a change and a split to go with it. So Reynolds featuring a lot of pitches.
Jesus Flores bats for Stairs, and Jesus 1 for 2 in 9 days with the Nats back in April. Off-speed pitch, and Jesus identifies it. This guy's got some big-time power himself. Don't let the frame fool you. I think Jesus has lost probably about 20 pounds off his playing weight from 2 years ago. He looks fantastic.
Now, Jim Tracy accomplishes a couple of things. He gets Matt Stairs out of the baseball game and makes it tougher on Ian Desmond to steal second base. Desmond 20 steals. He's been caught 3 times. You bring in the lefty, all of a sudden it's a little bit tougher to rip that bag.
Ian Desmond last stole a base. In fact, he did it in 2 in 1 night on Friday, June 17th, against the Orioles. So he's gone 3 weeks without a stolen base because he just simply hasn't been on enough.
He's nursing that quad too for a while.
Yep. Flores, where they swing, aiming the ball to right field, off to the right side, 1-2. So now the Nats only have Lance Nixon, Brian Bixler left on the bench. And the other thing we've noticed about Davey Johnson, he is not shy at all about using his so-called backup catcher in the middle of a ball game. A lot of managers just won't do it. Flores down the line in left, just foul.
That was a run.
Yeah, he had a breaking ball in on his hands and really got around on it.
Man, check out the short, compact swing from Flores. Just unable to keep that ball fair.
Nice take. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And Roger Bernardino on deck. He's had some great at-bats against lefties of late. Been hanging in there tough, fouling balls off with 2 strikes. So the more lefties he sees, the better the at-bats are getting. That's one thing you like about Davey Johnson. You just talked about when you're behind, you have to fire all your bullets as a manager.
Yeah.
You get guys in the game, you get guys in the situation you want them in, and then you figure out where they're playing on defense later. But you never want to have guys sitting on the bench when you're behind. Fire all your bullets, do everything you can to win the baseball game.
They've got Desmond picked off. Ian took a little bit of a loopy approach to second base, maybe hoping he could cut off the throwing lane. 1-3-6. That hurts.
Yeah, he was just guessing and going right there. Went first move trying to beat the relay throw from Todd Helton. He was trying to get into Herrera's glove. And that's why he went inside at the tail end. If you know you're dead to rights, you try to get into the opposition's glove and hope the ball hits you in the back.
That inning disappeared in a heartbeat. On Masson, brought to you by your local Ford dealer and by Navy Federal Credit Union. A loan from Navy Federal makes car buying easy. Visit NavyFederal.org to calculate your payment. The monument looking beautiful on this Friday night, early July. Come on, guys. Force a smile. Trying to be cool.
We both got baseballs. That's a good night.
Nice going. Ubaldo Jimenez for the Rockies. He goes tomorrow night. He was 15-1 at the break last year. This time he's 3-8 facing Jason Marquis, coming off one of his roughest outings ever. But Marquis still here at home, 4-1 with a 3.30 ERA. Nats Extra 6:30. FP and I join you at 7. First pitch from Jason Marquis, 7:05.
Nats Extra out in left field tomorrow, Kirk?
And unless it rains, we'll have to let him in the studio again. And that's okay. We love having Johnny and Ray up here. It's their entourage. I mean, did you see that entourage they have?
Those guys roll about 8 deep wherever they go.
Wow.
The bodyguards, the whole 9.
Jeez. I tried to pick up Johnny's coat to move it off the foul drawer, and some bouncer grabbed a hold of it. Chris IANNETTA, top of the 8th, and here's the all-star Tyler Clippard. IANNETTA bouncer back to the pitcher. A third strike looking. And Clippard off speed misses, 2-0. Not many are catching up with that fastball these days. Our game flow tonight brought to you by Corona, who invites you to find your beach. 19,046 at the ballpark tonight. If 54 more of you had come, we'd be at 20,000. Clippard with that devastating changeup, 81 miles an hour. The count's even. Well, how about 954 of you? A nice night, hopefully tomorrow night. Good pitching matchup, Marquis and Jimenez. Fastball up from Tyler. Seth Smith waiting on deck. In the air, not too deep right field, Jason WERTH. Right now the bullpen is doing its job, keeping this thing reasonable. Nats, by the way, have the top of the order up in the bottom of the 8th. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, in the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Seth Smith, 28-year-old outfielder from Jackson, Mississippi.
Having a nice season. 298, 8 home runs, 36 RBIs.
Rockies second rounder back in 04. Out of Ole Miss. Originally drafted by Arizona. He was an MVP in football in high school, 2-time all-conference basketball player, 3-time all-conference soccer. He's got the skill, the strength, and the footwork to be a great athlete. But nobody at that level had a pitch like that, off speed from Tyler Clippard.
Yeah, it was a curveball from
breaking ball.
Yeah, he usually fastball change to lefties, and check this out. I'm just going to work on that for the All-Star game.
Yeah, a little lab work in a 3-2 game.
That's one of the better ones he's thrown too.
Then he goes upstairs with the gas. 2 outs. Tyler Clippard's 1.86 ERA is just headed down, down, down.
He's the kind of guy you just can't wait for him to get in the game because you don't know what to expect. Is it going to be the elevated fastball on a given night? Is it going to be the Bugs Bunny changeup? And right there he goes with number 1, and that's by Seth Smith. It is just a privilege to watch this guy pitch every single night.
You know, and we've seen flashes of this the last couple of years. But the thing you have to remember, for the last 2 years, Tyler Clippard came in pitching so many games when the Nats were behind in the late innings. They haven't led games like they have this year. And now we're seeing him at his absolute finest in setup situations. to get it to Matt Capps last year and now to Drew Storen.
How about Carlos Gonzalez squaring around a bunt with 2 outs? That just goes to show you what kind of stuff Tyler Clippard has and the respect that he has for him.
Says, I think I'll pick it up and shovel you out.
That's a guy with 13 home runs. Just did the Nats a huge favor.
Bernardina, Espinosa, and Zimmerman. It's time. Bottom of the 8th. Quite a ball game now. Another one of these tight affairs going into the last few innings. Take the Nats with you if you hit the road this year. Hey, we'll be with you whether we're home or away from this beautiful ballpark. MLB.tv, every game live or on demand on your computer, your favorite device. Visit nationals.com to order for more details. MLB.tv. FP, Debbie, Bob, baseball everywhere. Happy to be with you. All right, why is a guy like this, one of the better players in the league, 2 outs, 8th inning, who can hit the ball out of the park, bunting?
You know, the only thing I can think is he ran into the wall and he's got a bad wrist. He missed a couple of games in Atlanta with that bad right wrist. So maybe it's barking. I mean, you got a guy that can tie the game or give them a lead with one swing of the bat, a power hitter. And he's squaring around a bunt. And you got to believe that his wrist is still hurting. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
He hit the wall very hard Sunday in that high-scoring game, that slugfest against Kansas City, which, by the way, Jason HAMMEL started. 1-1 to Bernardina here in the 8th. Roger looking for contact off the pitcher's glove. He keeps his cool and throws him out. Sunday.
That answers your
Coors
question.
Field. Pain.
Wow. And that bruised his ribs. Both his wrists were barking. I mean, he was in some serious pain. When you talk to the Colorado people, it was his left wrist, and that hurt, and then his right wrist was hurting. And the right wrist is the most important one when you're swinging left-handed. That's the hand that you pull the bat through the strike zone with.
I'm just glad he didn't lose any teeth when his face hit the post of that wall out there.
He plays hard.
I mean, and those gaps in Colorado are so big, FP, you don't get to those things unless you're running full speed. Espinosa with a chopper left side. Fair ball. Well played by Ian Stewart, who got himself a throwing angle before the ball ever got there. That's well done.
And the best part about this is he doesn't umpire. He's not going to wait for the call. You got to throw it. It's obviously fair. Good throw right on the money. Playing in for the bunt allowed him to make that play. See where he started right there? He's guarding the line first of all in a one-run baseball game, playing no doubles defense. So he's on the line initially, and that creates a good angle for the throw.
How about that job? 3 consecutive hitters retired by Matt Reynolds. And now Matt Belisle will come in and face Ryan Zimmerman. We'll check the matchup numbers and bring you a game situation in a moment. The Nats are a long way from tying this game. 3-2, bases empty, 2 outs. There's Matt Belisle, who really got hammered Sunday in that game we talked about when HAMMEL started and Gonzalez got hurt. He gave up 6 runs in just 2/3 of an inning against Kansas City.
A fastball, slider, curveball change from Belisle. Opponents are hitting .281 off the right-hander.
Ryan Zimmerman is hitting 3 for 8 career against him. And this guy can throw hard. 93 right in there. Inner half.
And 95'd him right down the middle.
And by the way, Houston Street, 24 out of 26 in save situations if the Nats can't get something going here in the 8th inning. Zimmerman hammers that ball, heading for the scoreboard. It is caught up against the wall by Seth Smith. Nats go in order in the 8th, and the top of the 9th coming up. It's a 3-2 Rocky lead. Those guys will be looking for a rally 3 outs from now. Tyler Clippard's going to get a second inning of work in FP. We cannot ignore what's going on here tonight. John Lannon, because of the injury, pitches 1 out into the 4th inning. And now Ryan Matthews, Sean Burnett, and Tyler Clippard are trying to save the bullpen and the pitching staff for the rest of this weekend series.
They've done a nice job keeping it right there. And Tyler Clippard, if he has a good 9th inning, gives the Nats a chance. You talk about who's coming up. Morse, Worth, and Ankiel in the 9th inning. And Houston Street's a good closer, but he's not automatic. You talked to the Rockies people today, and they said usually his saves are that of line drive outs to the wall and get some guys on, and it's very adventurous when he takes the mound in the 9th.
Clippard has gone about 6 weeks since he last pitched in a game when the Nats were trailing. Late May at Baltimore. There's Houston Street. 9 saves in June, tied for the 3rd most in baseball. And Houston Street, still relatively new to the Colorado Ball Club, already has their highest save percentage in their history. 2-0, Herrera the hitter, and Tyler Clippard gets a strike. Herrera's had a good night. Jonathan 2 singles in 3 ABs. .591 .150 from Venezuela. Switch hitter. Squared around the bunt and got all the corner guys on the move here. A rare walk by Clippard. This guy's been a pain in the number 2 hole for the Rockies tonight. 2 hits, now a walk. He's played solid shortstop. And that'll get Todd Helton to the plate with a man aboard here. Fastball high in the zone. Todd Helton tonight 1 for 3 with a base hit, a run scored, a strikeout, a double play ball. A very good athlete who beat out young Mr. Manning for the number 2 spot on the Tennessee football team. Yeah, he beat him out for the backup spot. In '94, Jerry Colquitt was their starter.
I would say he made the right career choice.
Yeah, I think the other guy did okay too. You know, but he can always say, in my second best sport, I beat out a Hall of Famer in college. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Clippard to Helton now.
You see how Jonathan Herrera is getting out in his lead and see how upright he is? I like that. A lot of times guys get so crouched over their lead that they lose a lot when they stand up on their first couple of steps. He's staying upright. Now you just go to second. You get good jump stealing that way.
Clippard a long look. Pretty good job of freezing him.
And sometimes you get too far down in your crouch, so your first couple of steps you're rising up out of that crouch and you lose a little bit in the transition. But if you stay upright and just, you know, throw your right arm back, throw your left arm and go, you don't lose anything. You get a really good jump and you're at top speed a lot faster. I like that stance.
On 1-2, he's holding, and that's off the glove of Wilson Ramos.
That's a huge 90-foot mistake in a 1-run baseball game. You got a pull hitter up and Todd Helton, all of a sudden you have a runner on second base, nobody out. You look at the fastball from Tyler Clippard, and that was nowhere near.
Dan Clippard hasn't worked more than 1 inning very often lately. Nothing you could do about what happened to John Lannon tonight. But this week, the Nats haven't had a starter go beyond 6 innings. This bullpen is really going to need that 4-day break. I think Drew Storen's been pitching on a lot of guts and fumes lately, too. Using his mental toughness to get people out in the 9th inning of some of these saves and an extra inning game or 2 along the line. Helton will drive it to left field. Bernardina, and with the play right in front of him, nothing Herrera can do to advance. So a good job by Tyler Clippard of getting Todd Helton out to a profitable part of the field for Washington.
And a good play by Roger Bernardina. Herrera was tagging up on second base. He saw the line drive pushing Bernardina backwards. A lot of times you'll see a left fielder go to sleep right there because they think, oh, there's no way he's tagging up on second base because the ball's in front of him. He was tagging, ready to go. Bernardina got it in quick. That's a good play.
I was just looking back through the scorebook. In the first 3 games of the Pittsburgh series starting last Friday night, Gorzolani, Levon, and Lannon all went 7 innings Friday and Saturday. And then when Jason Marquis got knocked out 4 outs into the game on Sunday, it's been a rough week for the bullpen in terms of workload ever since.
Well, you could make the argument that the starting pitchers are hitting the wall coming into the All-Star break. They've been so good in the first half of the season. They've gone so deep into so many games. Been lights out. Probably the story of the first half for me, the starting pitching. They've been outstanding. So, you know, it catches up to you. They're not machines. It's not a video game, so it doesn't surprise me that they're struggling here a little bit going into the All-Star break.
Maybe we should, you and I should come up with a little list. Why don't we each do one for Sunday? Your top 3 stories of this team in the first half, and we'll see how we compare.
Okay.
We'll get with the graphics department and make it look a lot better than it really is.
Sounds like an open to me.
Ty Wigginton, 1 for 2 with a single, RBI, a walk and a steal. Runner at second base, 1 out, top of the 9th. Rockies looking for insurance. The Nats looking to keep it 3-2. Three 3-0 from Clippard now. He goes 3-0 changeup.
Yeah,
probably suspected Wigginton had the green light and was going to try to put this game out of reach.
Well, he's using a base. He got a base open right here, setting up the double play. The one thing you have to defend right here is the hit and run with Mark Ellis. Jim Tracy will hit and run with runners on first and second base. You got a good runner on second. You got a guy on first who just stole a base last time. And Mark Ellis can really handle the bat. So if you're a middle infielder right now, Danny Espinosa, you got to keep him close, and you got to be aware of the threat of a hit and run.
Pitcher spot due next, and Jason Giambi is up.
And if he's going to do it, this would be the pitch.
Nobody warming in the Nats bullpen. This 9th inning is Clippard's. Fastball, changeup, having a hard time throwing strikes with both.
And May 22nd, the last time Tyler Clippard's pitched when his team is behind, and I'm wondering, you know, if, like a closer, if it's a different ball game, a different animal when you're not pitching with a lead.
Wow.
I mean, he's used to pitching with a lead and handing the ball to his roommate, Drew Storn, for the save. It's just a different kind of feel, a different adrenaline rush when you're used to pitching and saving a game or setting up a game for your team.
And a game like this could knock out Clippard for the rest of the weekend. (3-1) with 2 on. Ellis was hacking. Straight back it goes.
So if you're Jim Tracy, you start the runners right here. 3-2, 1 out. Signs being put on. Mark Ellis taking a long look. And I say yes, you got a contact hitter up there. Good base runners all over the place. You're up by 1 run. Start the runners.
They're on the move. Just foul outside third. Jason Marquis and Ubaldo Jimenez tomorrow night. And for those of you who've kind of gotten used to Saturday day games, it is a 7 o'clock game tomorrow night. 1:35 on Sunday and then off till Friday. Clippard throws a changeup on 3-2, and Zimmerman grabs it as soon as it's fouled.
Clippard threw a good curveball early in his outing last inning. I wonder if he goes to it again here, 3-2. We've seen him hit guys out in this count with the changeup, but he just showed Mark Ellis the changeup. And anytime you get a chance to see it once, the big question is, do you repeat it? Do you go with a curveball, or do you try to elevate a fastball right here? But you have to throw a strike, so you don't have the luxury of elevating a fastball. You got a very dangerous hitter on deck.
Runners going again, and it's popped up on the infield. They'll have to scamper back to their bases. Big out for Clippard, infield fly rule in effect. Desmond the grab, 2 down, and here comes Giambi. Jason Giambi this year as a pinch hitter, 2 for 18 with 2 RBIs.
9 home runs in just 84 at-bats for Jason Giambi. .424 career home runs.
I think Clippard relishes these kind of matchups from the left side because he can really use his changeup. Giambi, almost a certainty to go over 1,400 RBIs this year.
He's telling you right there, taking a first pitch fastball right down the middle. He's hunting a changeup. Jason Giambi's a guess hitter. He'll look for a pitch and he'll wait until he gets it.
That one out over the plate. It'll back up ANKIEL, but not much, and the Nats are out of the inning. Bottom of the 9th coming up with Michael Morse, Jason Worth, and Rick ANKIEL, 4, 5, and 6.
Our WB Mason 9th inning update. 3-2 ball game as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Can it be another one-run affair?
3-2, 2-1. Yeah, and big-time closer in Houston Street has thrown the ball so effectively this year for Colorado. And, got the work cut out for them. But middle of the lineup, big boppers up there. Why not, Johnny? Last night was a tough loss. Tonight would be a great win. Let's put it to them. Why not?
Well, as Bob and FP said, you got the number 4 and 5 and 6 batters coming up in the lineup. Let's go upstairs to the guys and see what they can pull off here with the Nats, of course, help in the bottom of the ninth.
Who would have expected, gentlemen, anything else? Ryan Spilborgh's into the ball game to play left field for Colorado. And the new pitcher is Houston Street. 41 games, just 2 blown saves, 3.46 ERA, and first of all with Oakland and now with Colorado. FP, what makes him so good?
Well, he got a good changeup and a good slider. Fastball 90, slider 82, changeup 82. He goes out there and he's not afraid to throw any pitch in any count.
One more note on John Lennon. We've been told that he's going to have a precautionary CAT scan, and that's something very prudent of the Nationals to do at this day and age. So much concern about injuries above the shoulders, and so hopefully John will pass that with flying colors and be back with us before we know it. Michael Morse 0 for 2 with a sac fly tonight. He is 0 for 1 career against Houston Street. Center cut fastball, but that thing's got a lot of run on it in toward the trademark of the right-handed hitter's bat.
He got a pitch to hit.
He really disguised the slider well. .35 and 20 saves with Colorado the last 2 years. Career ERA coming into this season an even 3. And a 2-2 to Morse. He got jammed by that ball, flared out into center. It's going down. It's on the ground, and the tying run is on base. And the Rockies think they see plenty of those at Coors Field because guys play so deep there.
Well, they're playing no doubles defense, and that's where you have to play. You're up by 1 run. You got to respect the power of Michael Morse. Good job of fighting that pitch off. But look at where Carlos Gonzalez is playing. Look at how deep he is. A good effort right there, and you know he's all banged up, so you got to love the effort from Cargo trying to get to that baseball. And that's a guy that's got sore everything, playing all out, trying to catch a ball for his team. And that's just a good effort. The Nats are in business. Leadoff guy on.
Yeah, Brian Bixler will run for Morse.
Jason Worth a couple of good at-bats tonight. Hard ground ball to shortstop, lined the ball up the middle his last time, so he's seeing it big.
He really works these right-handed hitters over with that slide piece. Jason Worth, by the way, career against Street, 0 for 2. Two Nats have hits against this guy, but one of them's Pudge and the other one is Matt Stairs. Fastball away.
And one thing about that slider away from Houston Street, you're a right-handed hitter, you stay on it with 2 strikes. You got the whole right side of the infield to play with. There's a huge hole over there, and when you got a no doubles defense in effect in the outfield, very easy to go first and third on a ground ball through the infield.
Slider low and away, strike him out, throw him out, rally killing double play.
Well, we get excited every night up here when being aggressive on the base pass works. Tonight it didn't. Brian Bixler reading a ball in the dirt. And Chris IANNETTA doing a nice job of picking it and a great throw at second. So that was a read by Brian Bixler. He thought the ball was going to bounce around, trying to get into scoring position. It's an aggressive mistake.
Here's ANKIEL with the bases empty and 2 outs. Not officially a caught stealing, as he, as FP said, was reading the breaking ball in the dirt, not a straight steal. Rockies find a strange way to turn their league-leading 94th double play. And the Nats are down to their final strike. Game over. Nationals scored first. John Lennon got hurt. And then Jason HAMMEL and the Colorado bullpen really stepped up to take care of the Nats for the rest of the night. Final score, Colorado 3, Washington 2. Join us Saturday when the Nats and the Rockies meet again. And from Nationals Park, this has been a presentation of Masson. Nats Extra coming up. And from the booth, so long for just a while.